I very much appreciated the reading for today from Jeremiah 29, because that is focusing on exactly that, our call in this world, for our community, for our environment. And when we see one of the core verses, verse 7, it starts with, seek the welfare of the city. Seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile. That was God's call for his people, where he has sent them into exile. So it was not a desired place for the people of God. It was not a pleasant place. It was not a nice place they have chosen. It was the exile, probably a hostile environment, probably people who were not nice to them. And for this situation, God has a call to the people to seek the welfare of the city. Probably you think, okay, I would serve people in a friendly environment, yes. I would serve people who are nice to me, yes. I would serve people when I can see a benefit also to my life. But God is different. Seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, the unpleasant place. And it starts with this word, seek. Seek the welfare. Be active. Don't wait for a change of circumstances. We probably sometimes think, okay, I wait for better circumstances, I wait for a better situation, I wait for a better country situation or better politics or better economic welfare or whatever. No, don't wait. Seek for the welfare of the city. That's God's call. Be active. Do something, whatever you can do. And God is working with us and through us. But we have to seek the welfare of the city. And that is not a matter of wealth or capital or money or whatever you think you need to seek the welfare of the city. That's a matter of attitude. And at many places in the Bible, God is targeting our attitude. Are we willing by heart to serve him this way? That's his call to us. He wants to see us as willing servants wherever he has sent us into your neighborhood, with your colleagues, into your families and wider families. No matter if the people are pleasant to you, no matter how the circumstance is, God wants us to have as his servants here on earth, in the environment he has sent us into. So seek the welfare. Or in other translations, we read, seek the prosperity. The prosperity, the welfare is what makes life better to people. And in this way, we have to be creative. That, of course, looks different when we are out in the community of Kibera, where I've been the last week. They have a totally different situation than I have back in Germany, in Hamburg. So it's not a matter of the circumstances. We have to be creative to serve the people God has sent us to. whatever the lives of people makes better, we can serve. And God has given us many, many opportunities, more than we can imagine. And it's just up to our heart and attitude to do something and to make use of what God has given to us. So seek the welfare of the city. We know a paradigm, and I know that from Germany very well. We know the paradigm of seek the welfare of my life. And we know best how to serve ourselves and seek our welfare, how we can improve, how we can get richer and better doing and whatever. But God's call is seek the welfare of the others, of the city, and not just the people we like. He wants us to use everything what He has given to make a difference in the life of others. That's His call. And we are connected with so many people in our environment. Last week, when we had the trainings, and in the morning I was teaching at the Nairobi training center down in Kibera, and we had 70 to 80 students. And we did a business training and trained them how to develop a business plan which serves the community. And in the afternoon, we reached out to many examples and met business women and young business people and startup entrepreneurs who are doing something for the community. And at one day, I had them taking a piece of paper and a pen and just said, write down everybody who comes to your mind. I want to see names on your piece of paper. So they started, wrote the first name, then the second, third, and then after a while, more and more names came on this paper. And at the end, they had 40, 50, 60 names on the paper. And I said, that is the target group God has sent you into. That are the people you can serve and you can benefit from. So reach out to them, foster the relationship. God is a relational God, and He wants us to see in deep relationships to others. That's His call to us. So we are relational people. And Jeremiah is focusing on this very much. So God has called us to stand in these relationships and wherever He has sent us to. And when we read the verses in advance of this verse 7, then it sounds like this: build homes and plan to stay. So that's not a short-term engagement. But He said, plant gardens and eat the food they produce. Marry and have children. That means it's not just one generation. It's even the second one. And even more, then find spouses for them so that you may have many grandchildren. So it's even the third generation. It's a long-term standing. God has called us to be in a community, in an environment, in relationship with others, to be there. No matter if we feel comfortable or not. He has called us to make a stand and make a difference in the lives of others. And the good news is, we are not alone. Jesus promised to his disciples, I will be with you every day, every single day until the end of the earth. Isn't that great? He is with us. So God calls us to make a stand, be present in the environment and the community he has sent us into, and he has promised to be with us. And even more, God works through us. So we are tools in his hand, because it's not on us. I mean, we have a lot of competencies. We have wisdom. We have strength. We have much to give. But it's not on us. It's God who works through us. And that is a paradigm shift also for us. Because in many cases, we are dealing with our failures. And we are not satisfied in a certain situation because of our failures. And we feel guilty, not having done enough. And God said, no, it's not you. You are gifted, yes, but because of me. It's not you, it's me, said God. I will work through you in and for your environment, for the welfare of your city. So that's good news. God works through us. And that is our service on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and every other day the week has. And you have the connections to all the people around you. This call couldn't be a substitute to the reverend. It could not be delegated to some kind of full-time ministry worker. No. I don't know your people around you. You are the one. You have the relationships tomorrow and on Tuesday and Wednesday, your colleagues, your neighbors. When you are in business, when you're in healthcare, when you're in politics, or wherever God has called you to be and to make a stand there. God wants to see you being fruitful in the various spheres of our society and our life. So that's up to you to reach out to your people, to make use and foster the relationships God gave you. It's a treasure what you have. And that bridges also the secular-sacred divide. We are not just Christians on Sunday. As nice as a Sunday service is, and I like Christian communities gathering on Sunday, but God has called us to be salt and light everywhere and every day. That's a 24/7 call, valid for the whole week. So our daily business could be a mission, could be a ministry. And that's what we also taught to the students, to say, the business, what you plan to do, see that as a ministry to God. Don't wait to be a full-timer at church. You can serve your environment and the people around you through your business. That could be your service. I like to be a reverend and to serve at church. But in the same way, I like to be a businessman serving different target groups who don't come to church Sunday morning. But I can reach out to them and can serve them the same way. It's a matter of attitude on every day God gave us. And it is a paradigm shift to this individualistic approach we see, especially in the Western world, but increasingly in many other parts of the globe. That we have an egocentric view on our life to improve ourselves, to work on our career. And it's good that we do that as a gifted people of God, that we have the opportunity to make a career, to write on PhD theses, to have academic results, to have successful businesses. That's good. But it's not the end. It's not a goal. It's just a measure, a tool in God's hand to build his kingdom. So please be reminded always to have this servant attitude, to be a tool in God's hand wherever he has sent us to. And I like the story in the New Testament in John 5 when Jesus was preaching whole day to a big crowd of people, 5,000 people. And at the end of that day, people were hungry. So Jesus reached out to his disciples and asked them, hey, guys, what can we do now? They are hungry. May you feed them? And their reaction is interesting because it's a typical reaction of us. They said, no. That task is too big. That task is too big. We can't feed them. So we probably have just enough for ourselves, or probably for our families, or probably for people who are close to us, but not to the 5,000 people. Sorry, Jesus, I give up. The task is too big. And then a young boy showed up. And he had 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. Do you think that 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes is a sufficient meal for 5,000 people? I mean, if you cut that in small pieces, 5,000 times, it would be a small portion, right? So, that's not a matter of logical thinking, how to feed 5,000 people. But as I said, it is a matter of attitude. The young boy had faith and belief in Jesus, that Jesus is able to do something with this little amount he gave Jesus. And God has given us, everybody, if it's less or more, a lot of things into our hands we can provide to Jesus. And then the miracle happens. It was unimaginable that the 5,000 people were fed. Unimaginable. And probably in your life, there is something unimaginable right now, but probably in a few years from now, when you look back, you see, wow, the miracle happened. And that was my prayer and desire for the students last week when we worked on their business plan. I was encouraged to see what they were willing to bring to Jesus. Not just money. They don't have much money. But they have an idea. And they have worked on something, their business plan, and it was given to God. a seed plant. And I look forward to that time, in probably a year or two from now, when I will come back and see something of these seeds growing. It would be delightful. And in the same way, God is looking on every single life, and it's a matter of dedication. If you bring Jesus whatever he has given into your hands. God calls you to seek the welfare of the city. He is with you and he works through you. And that is a great honor we can be grateful for. Amen.